did you make friends in Taiwan?
At first, it was
And this is the same thing in the States too. Like you grow up somewhere and you have your own friend group.
中文水平，
听起来还不错，
谢谢你。
好像比你朋友好。Thank you so much for your time. And the first question is, where are you from and how long have you been here?
I'm from Los Angeles and I've been living here for 11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
How's your experience in Taiwan been so far? I mean,
Generally positive, yeah. Like, I mean, I've been here for so long and I've stayed, so there's been many good things that have kept me here.
okay. So what brought you to Taiwan in the first place?
In the first place, my friend, we just graduated from college and he said he was going to move out here. So at the time I was kind of in between things. I was kind of wondering what I wanted to do. And traveling at that point seemed like a really fun and interesting idea. So I moved out here. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
And I was just planning to stay for a year, teach, and then potentially join the Peace Corps or move back home and start a career in something else. But I ended up staying here. I had a small yoga studio for a while that kind of kept me out here for a few years.
Yep.
And just having the space to do that was fun and interesting for me at the time. Yeah.
Sounds good. I got some comment from my audience. They are curious about like how foreigners making friends in Taiwan. So do you have like any experience, maybe good or bad? You can talk about it.
Making friends with Taiwanese people?
I would say both. So you can share like both opinion.
Okay. Making friends. Well, when I had my yoga spot, like that's kind of how I met people. People would come to my class. I'd meet them there. Then after that, I was teaching English for a while, so I was friends with a lot of my coworkers. Yeah.
Basically, your friends like so all Taiwanese, or you still have like a foreign friend in Taiwan?
A little bit of both. My coworkers are all now Taiwanese.
Yeah.
But when I was teaching, they were all foreign. So yeah.
When it comes to friendship, so do you think what is the most difference if you want to make a Taiwanese friend compared to your people?
I think probably the key would be having some sort of common interest.
Yeah.
Most of the foreign people that I know that have lots of Taiwanese friends, like maybe they're into music or something like that, or for me it was yoga. I met a lot of people through that. Yeah, I know one guy that lives in Hualien, super into hiking, and he meets a lot of local friends through that. So I would say definitely having a common interest. Or, I mean, yeah, your relationship.
Yeah.
That's usually a good way to meet people as well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Also, what about the personality, like, or the way they think compared to your country, like American?
Taiwanese people on average, I can't speak for everybody, but usually a little bit more humble.
Yeah.
And than Americans especially. Americans will speak their mind, more straightforward.
Yeah.
Taiwanese people, just especially at work, a little bit more reserved. Usually.
Introverted?
Just different types of values. Like I was actually talking to someone yesterday about that. Like a Taiwanese guy, he's trying to date a new girl, and he can't, or her parents aren't going to let her come up here. She lives in Taichung to see like the New Year's celebration with him and spend the night. And to me, that's just kind of like unheard of. The woman's 32 years old, so just kind of like, you know, like shaoshun, like filial piety, that kind of.
Very like traditional Taiwanese culture.
Yeah, that kind of thing is almost non-existent in the States.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
These are definitely cultural differences.
Yeah,
right?
Huge.
Yeah, so let me think. So because I think I talk like different foreigners, they think if they want to make a Taiwanese friend, usually they think the language is the biggest issue if they want to make a Taiwanese friend. So what do you think about that? I mean, I guess you can speak Mandarin. So do you have any experience about that?
Yeah, even though I can speak Mandarin to a certain level, like making a friend, I feel like is probably one of the highest level of language ability that you can have. Like to be able to be relaxed, like, you know, jokes, cultural references, things like that. even if you speak Mandarin to a really, really high level, like that's like one extra barrier that you kind of have to get across. And some people are willing to do that, but I think, it's quite challenging.
If you don't speak Mandarin, right?
Even if you do speak Mandarin.
Still a challenge for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, so
like, I think that's where like the common interest comes into play. Like if you have something in common with someone else, like you can kind of
easier to talk or hang out or something.
Yeah, you can like hang out and you don't necessarily have to like be talking. You can be doing the activity.
You can do your own thing.
Yeah,
right?
or like when I first got here, I played basketball a lot, and you just go down there and meet people.
Taiwanese people like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So what is the biggest challenge for you? I mean,
and this is the same thing in the States too. Like you grow up somewhere and you have your own friend group. You're kind of like set, so there's really no like motivation for a local necessarily to make a friend with someone else. Like, you know, it's the same thing for me back at home. Like when I go home, I have my friends from high school. We hang out together. There's not like the motivation. So usually like the friends that I had when I got here, like when I first moved here 11 years ago, it was a lot of like backpackers. So you come here, everybody is like new, no one really knows like anything or anyone, so everyone's very, very open. So I think, you know, especially at the time, like, you know, in your early 20s, Taiwanese people, they were kind of, the ones that were interested in like maybe traveling or learning English or foreign cultures, they were kind of around at that point as well. When I interact with someone new, it's kind of like maybe a little bit awkward for someone because they're like, oh, I don't know if he speaks Chinese. Should I speak English with them?
And you look different.
You look different. Like, so then it kind of goes down to like the same questions over and over again. Like, oh, can you use chopsticks? Can you speak Chinese? Your Chinese is super good.
Okay, so Taiwanese always think you are a foreigner, no matter how long you have been staying here.
Yeah, you could say that because maybe like I've talked to people before where they'll talk to me and I'll be like, oh, when was the last time you talked to a foreigner? And they're like, oh, 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah, like the person was in their 40s. And so I think it's just kind of, you know, very novel and just like a new experience for a lot of people when they interact with white people or just people that look different.
Actually, I learned a new word from that girl. Homogeneous.
Yeah,
because she told me like she think Taiwanese culture is very homogeneous, right? So wow, that's right. Yeah. Because I never think about that. But I talk a lot of different like people. So that's how foreigners see like Taiwanese people. So that is very interesting for me.
Yeah, because here there's most people look the same, so I guess you could say that it is a homogenous society. There's like I lived in Taiwan last year, and
for the whole year.
For the whole year, and it was a little, you know, there's a lot of indigenous people down there, so it was a little bit more varied.
Really like native people, right?
Yeah. So I found that indigenous people, they are actually like very welcoming because maybe they see themselves as outsiders in Taiwanese culture.
Yes.
So
I would say that. I would say that.
When I was down there wasn't the same kind of reservation that I feel sometimes when I'm talking with other Taiwanese people in like Taipei. When I was down there, it was just more like, okay, we'll just flow.
You're just a random guy.
Yeah, you're just another person. Yeah. Which was it was just different.
And the last question, I always ask this because I think this is fun. So, do you speak Mandarin?
我会。
对，中文学多久了？
大概11年了。
11年，那你一开始是在哪边学的？
在那边师大，后来在那里，在文化大学。
文化大学。
对。
你可不可以分享一些建议给观众？用中文跟英文好了，先中文好了。
我觉得这归属感的问题是说，
归属感是什么意思？归属感。
归属感，对，归属感是说，我知道就是可能台湾人是说要跟你讲英文，因为是说要欢迎你，但是那些住在这边很久的外国人可能会觉得我想要融入 融入更多。
里面也会希望自己当作被台湾人对待嘛，对不
对？
对
对
不对？没错
其实我听说很多就是移民到美国的人，他们要讲英文在那边，因为他们要 like treated like everyone else。
Yeah,
是说
look like it's same, right?
Yeah, look like the same， 然后是说我要跟你讲英文，因为你对待我跟就是一般的美国人一样。我觉得我可以就是放松一点，如果就是
大家都跟你说中文的话，
对，
不用永远都在上英文课，
是，对，但是
永远都在上班。
但另一方面，我觉得很感谢的是，我可以一直留在这边，然后没有遇到什么问题。因为我知道，如果台湾人要移民到美国是很困难的事情，因为要拿绿卡这种的事情，所以我感到非常lucky 的是，我可以就是一直在这边拿一个永久居留证啊，也可以生活在别的国家，然后大部分的时候就是我遇到什么难题，就是台湾人很热情会帮忙。
Last, do you want to say to your friend or to your body or to your people in English? Maybe your family.
I miss you guys. I wish you guys, now that the pandemic's over, I'm looking forward to you guys coming back out. And yeah, Merry Christmas.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time. And first question is, where are you from and how long have you been here?
I'm from Poland and I'm here. I came here 3 months ago. 4 months ago, I think. Yes.
Okay.
And I'm going to stay here for 6 months.
So it's a language journey, right?
Yes. Yeah. I came here to learn Chinese and to meet new people. I think it's the time of my life here because Taiwan is perfect.
How's your school life so far?
I think pretty cool. I have classes every day, but only 2 hours per day, so it's not so long time. I don't have to learn a lot, but I think the best way to learn here is just go out and meet with Taiwan people.
Like me.
Yeah, like you, exactly. Yeah, so I think it's the best way to learn Chinese here.
Okay, because in the last we will speak Mandarin, so you can practice later. So for you as a foreigner, do you think it's easy to make a friend in Taiwan?
I think it's easier to make
Foreign friend.
Yeah, European friends or friends from America. I think it's because
Language barrier?
maybe, or I think European people are the same, right? So it's easier for us to meet to talk about something. I don't know, for example, about any European stuff, but I think Asian people are much different. We don't have a lot of common topics, the same topics.
So you think the topic or the interest is...
I think that's the problem. But of course we have some Taiwanese friends. I really like them. They are awesome. I really, really like them. But I think I have more European friends here.
Okay. So you mentioned about you have some Taiwanese friends, right? So usually you speak Mandarin or English.
No, we use English. It's
Right?
easier for us. Yes.
But I think you should speak Mandarin because you came here to learn, right?
Yeah, we try, but if we go out and I don't know, for example, we drink alcohol, then it's much easier for us to use the English, right?
Every time if I drink too much, my English becomes super good.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So maybe you drink more, then your Mandarin will become different level.
Yes. I hope so.
If we don't talk about the language barrier, so do you think it's still hard to make a Taiwanese friend?
It's not hard, but it's harder than make European friends.
Because the interest, topics, everything is different.
Yeah, everything is different, right? But I think a good way to make new friends and have a lot of topics to talk about is go to, for example, night market, because you can share food, you can talk about that food. Taiwan friend can recommend you something, right? And I think food is a good thing to talk about.
Yeah.
I think Taiwanese people love to talk about food, right?
I think in general, yeah, it's a very safe topic to talk.
I had one meeting with a Taiwan girl. It was language exchange.
Yeah.
I learned her Polish.
Yeah.
She learned me Chinese.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was really good way to spend time together because we talked for 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
It was not boring. It was really interesting.
Yeah.
And I think it's also a very good way to meet with a good way for Taiwanese people to meet with European people.
I see. So the last part, do you speak Mandarin?
一点点。
Do you want to practice or do you want to show your Mandarin to the audience?
可以。
平常会用中文吗？
如果我去商店或者夜市，我试试用中文，可是比较难，是因为台湾人用中文比中国人
口音不一样吗？
对，
还是讲话的速度？
口音在波兰我学这个中文的口音。
我现在听得出来了。我现在刚刚有听出来。
对，所以有的时候比较难，可是我希望我把我的中文水平提高。
就是你学中文的那个老师是中国人吗？
不是，我的老师有的老师是台湾人，有的老师是中国人，所以我可以听台湾人说话，我也可以听
口音都听得出来。
对。可是我在大学用这个中文口音。
那你觉得你自己现在的中文程度大概到哪里？
程度？
对，你觉得你的中文 level 大概到哪里？初级、中级还是高级？
中级。
中级。
你可以告诉我。
还要再聊一下才知道。
我觉得我可以跟台湾人说话，可是有的时候我听不懂。
对，是太快还是语音？口音还是
太快？可是我觉得我的中文水平
听起来还不错。
谢谢你。
好像比你朋友好。
别说，谢谢你。我觉得我在这里可以进步我的水平。我希望我这个2个月以后可以。对。
那像刚刚我跟那个美国人聊过嘛，他说如果台湾人看到他，都会想要跟他讲英文。那你有没有这个情况？然后重点是，当你回中文的时候啊，他还是跟你讲英文，你有没有这个困扰？
对，当然有这样的情况。对我这是难怪的事，是因为我想要给台湾人说中文，对吗？对，所以我对，比如说对商店的人用中文说话，他会对，所以我觉得他听不懂或者。什么事？所以也对，很长。
所以你会以为他是不是听不懂？
对。可是我觉得，如果他回答，所以他听得懂，对吗？
对，没有。其实这个问题我也觉得蛮有趣的，就是台湾人他好像比较少看到外国人，然后一看到外国人的时候，他又特别想把握机会练习，所以才有这个状况。
我觉得台湾人想要让外国人知道他们也会说英文。
其实想要表达友善。
对，所以我想要让他们知道我会说中文，可是他们也想要让我知道他们会说英文，对吗？
可是我觉得，如果说当你说中文的时候啊，我觉得有礼貌，其实要回你中文。其实比较有礼貌，因为我刚刚有聊到说，假设我去美国嘛，因为他是美国人，那我去美国人，如果大家看到我都跟我说中文，我很累啊，我想讲英文啊，对不对？所以是，
所以美国人在美国
有一些华人会对我讲中文，可是因为他看到我是 Asian 嘛，所以他会想跟我讲中文，可是 No, I want to speak English， 所以我完全懂他跟你的感觉。可是有一些台湾人他可能没有想这么多，对不对？
对。
Thank you so much for your time again. And the first question, where are you from and how long have you been here?
I'm from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's in an island in the Caribbean. I'm sure not a lot of people would know. about us, even though we have been like allies or ties with Taiwan for about 40 years now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm from St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I've been living in Taiwan for about 5.5 years or so.
How did you make friends in Taiwan?
At first, it was relatively hard, a bit hard for me because language barrier, yes. And sometimes I try to approach some persons, but they don't have a lot of confidence in their English speaking ability.
And be shy.
So they shy away from speaking to me.
Yeah.
But once I try to show that I want to learn from them, the language and everything, and it's okay, then it starts getting better. Yeah. But my trying to make friends was mostly through school. Yeah, which at times was a bit harder because, well, for me, because I think it's a little bit competitive in school, at least compared to where I'm from.
Yeah.
Sometimes as classmates we help each other out to make sure that all of us pass,
But you think in Taiwan it's different?
yeah, sometimes it's a bit difficult to like make sure you're the best or the top.
Catch everything.
Yeah, so that made it a little bit difficult for me. But outside of school, there's a lot of Taiwanese who are curious about, maybe they're curious about my hair at first or something like that, and they want to learn about my country, and then we start talking, and then it got better from there. So it wasn't outside of school, it was a lot better to make friends. Yeah.
Okay, got it. So beside the language barrier, so do you think like so what is the difference between like a Taiwanese friend compared to your country? Maybe like the personality or the way you think, so something like that.
Like I said, very shy.
Yeah, very shy.
A lot of them are very shy. Don't want to maybe be the first to interact with you.
You have to break the ice first.
Yes. So, but in my country, we're always the ones who are breaking the ice and more.
So everyone say hi, hello to everyone.
Yes, yes. So we're very talkative, very friendly. Sometimes we'll make a lot of jokes with each other as friends. Yeah. So we're more active like that as when we're meeting someone versus Taiwanese, I think, are a lot more shy and a lot more introverted. Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
So
There's one thing that I was very surprised about, that a lot of people didn't recognize other countries other than
I think
America.
Yeah, always from America.
Yeah, so they think because my native language is English, but they think either I'm from England or Canada or some major country like that speaks English. But there's multitude of smaller countries that speaks English, so that's something that surprises me and a little bit bothers me a little bit when they say, "Oh, you're American." I'm not American.
So last, do you want to say something to the audience or to your family, to your friend in your own language?
Yes, of course. Hi everyone, I'm doing so well here. I really do love Taiwan. The convenience of Taiwan is so great, transportation, everything, and it's so great being here. You guys really should come. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much.
You're welcome.